What is up, Internet? We are back for another episode of Gaea Chronicles. I guess the first thing to do is hello, everybody. Welcome back. All right, let's not all talk at once.
Oh, hi.
Hello.
Hello.
I'm talking now.
So, yeah, you guys ran into a few issues after talking to your captain and the crew. You began investigating this organization that's been stealing supplies. So, you guys want to go into a more detailed recap?
Well, I know for me, I would love to hear the wonderful theme song. Just one more song.
All right, let's do that then. You feel better now?
I do.
I feel better too.
Yay.
Play it again. No, I'm just kidding.
Encore.
I will put it on a loop.
No.
Oh, that's just the whole episode. Just
It's 3 hours of it on loop.
No.
Hey, listen, Joff worked really hard on that. We
No.
should put it on the loop for 3 hours. For Joff.
So,
yay.
hello everybody. I am Dungeon Mistress Erica. I am the DM for this amazing cast. We are currently down one player. They are suffering the wonderful struggles that is the modern interwebs. They must have Spectrum.
Ha.
But other than that, let's just go around, starting to my right. Would you like to introduce yourself, Dan?
Hi, I'm Dan. I'll be playing Norm Allman, regular human artificer, and I'm excited to be here.
Hi, I'm Finn. I'll be playing Penny, summoner extraordinaire, I guess. And I'm also excited to be here.
Sorry, there's a cat butt covering a quarter of my screen. Hi, I'm Connor, and I'm playing Cypress, the Harangon Apothecary, and I too am excited in general, but also to be here, both in particular and specific, but also not just in general. You know, it's great.
I feel like everyone's copying me.
Hi, I'm Damon. I am playing Davin, your wood half elf, Dustblade fighter. And I, like everyone else here, am excited to be here.
Yeah, we've had a little bit of time off. But yes, and I get to play everyone they're not. If you ever meet a DM and they seem crazy, it's because they are 30 people at once. Anybody who has run a game knows that is the honest truth.
That's me on a good day.
Yeah, we're broken. Help. Be kind to your GMs. Thank you, Zyla.
Phoebe, why are you destroying camera?
I feel like Galier's just staring.
He's got something going on today. He's a good boy, but he's got special feels. Okay, bye. And I'm free. Yay!
No,
Hi.
no.
We do not have the bots all set up yet because we are only one show in all of this.
For last session, I wrote down that there were yellow flags and there were red flags because people were stealing things.
Well, there were definitely yellow chalk marks and definitely
That's
tons
right.
of red flags.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yes.
Oh no, Dan died. Oh, oopsies.
Oh, no.
Oh no, Galeer took him out. It was an organized hit.
Oh, yeah, the yellow chalk. That's right. I see that
Mhm.
now. And then I think we have. Oh, yeah, that's right. Cypress kind of took a leadership kind of command of the facility, if I'm remembering correctly.
Yeah, the
Cypress
person
did,
with
I
it.
think, the best infiltration long game here.
It's gonna be the only time it works, and the person with the negative score in charisma made it through without lying for the most part. I don't actually think Cypress lied. I think everything that Cypress said was true.
Everything Cypress said was true, I think, from what we have talked about. But you have alcohol.
I do.
But
Sorry.
how dare you?
I know.
But it's the clipboard that really just kind of makes it.
Oh,
Right.
yeah. But Cypress moving through the blue collar brethren of this lovely dock
Mm-hmm.
dock worker community, as it were, because we're a family here at work, right? We look out for
Right.
each other. I think that was a definite benefit to be able to, one, identify the smugglers smuggling things allegedly,
Mm-hmm.
and two, identify the Imperial presence also here on the docks, and then three, be able to clear out as many of the non-involved dock workers as possible to be able to set us up for somewhat of a private conversation with the alleged smugglers. And I think they
Right.
were Southlanders. Is that correct?
They were lowlanders.
Lowlanders. Yes,
Lowland.
it's right there in my
And their
horrible
names are
handwriting.
Han Wow and Han Wee.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. So I'm feeling good. I'm feeling ready to continue this streak of wonderful conversation with the working class folk here at this dock facility. That's the word, facility. That's the one.
Facility.
Got it.
Yes, and somehow YouTube did not save or back up episode 9,
Oh no!
OSHA's 11.
OSHA's 11.
Oh.
Which after we stopped playing and I was like lying in bed going to sleep, I horrifically realized that I had ripped that off of Dungeons and Daddies and I felt really bad.
Well, let's just give them credit now.
Thanks, Matt Arnold. I owe you my creativity.
And my axe.
Best
My
stunt fighter ever.
Karina.
There we go.
Yep. We don't. I mean, okay. Are we all doing it? Is that a thing?
What are we doing?
No. Nothing
Oh,
at all. No.
I don't know what you guys are doing. I was just doing something. I have a tick.
I was getting myself an adult apple juice.
Ah.
I was banishing
Oh.
Dan.
You were what?
Whoa!
I
Oh,
was banishing Dan. I was telling him, get on, get out of
Get
here.
on, get. All right, my character will be played by Gaea Faith today.
he will be looking for yogurt and yogurt byproducts.
Oh my.
All right, just gonna
Ah.
on him. All right. Okay.
Can Bogo play for me? No, I don't want.
In high school, I was voted most likely to be pushed out of the tree.
All right, cool. He's gonna add a lot. It's gonna add a lot. Okay, hold on. I gotta go get my dog.
My car was repossessed by the right path that I was working for.
Ludo.
Okay, so
Animals.
Animals. Oh, that's why she found a bottle cap. Her new favorite toy is bottle caps. She's saving up for Fallout.
I actually had a rather large collection of them, but in my move and everything else, I had to let them go.
Yay. Once upon a time, a long time ago, there was this thing called Coca-Cola rewards and points and things, and that was the thing I used to do all the time because I would have sodas at work, and I literally had like a little mini fish bowl, and it was full of caps.
Ludo.
None of my bottle caps were from soda.
I can keep it down, Erica. I got it. Oh.
At a rate of one a day, it was a rather large collection.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So, here you guys stand at the end of the docks, tracking some packages, of which one of your companions is inside of one.
Oh yeah. Oh,
They
yeah.
are.
Oh yeah,
I remember that happening now.
I do.
Their crate is moving.
Also, Smallman is in like a little bucket.
He's toy storing it.
He's toy storing it. I remember because I drew a little doodle about it. Okay, there it is.
That's it.
It says boom.
Cute.
He's saying boom, 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 boom.
Why does that make perfect sense?
Because it does.
If Smallman were to live in our world, he would all the Mission Impossibles would be his favorite movie all at once.
Mm-hmm.
It has to have them all playing at the same time.
Oh my. Well,
It's like a beverage goblin, but for Mission Impossible. Sorry.
Exactly.
and
Along with anything produced by Michael Bay.
He just likes it for the stunts
Mm-hmm.
because they're real. Michael Bay stuff isn't real.
Yes, but it's full of explosions.
True, but he cares more about the impact of the performance. He's like he really went up on that plane.
Wow, that plane really crashed.
Boom.
so we have Cypress kind of doing the like foreman kind of thing, or getting the foreman to get most everyone cleared. And if I'm remembering correctly, there were some lowlanders that were kind of like trying to hang out and stay nearby.
Yes, the foreman called lunch, which is the universal time for let's all leave this location. And there was a group of lowlanders staying after lunch is called, was my last note from the last session.
Ah,
Now, they weren't staying excessively close, but they weren't. Nobody was headed off to the bar for a liquid lunch. Nobody was like trying to find. None of them were trying to find a place to like, get underneath some shade to eat. And yes, unionized workers on this scale, including an hour lunch, is a vastly modern idea. But it works well for a fantasy game, especially when one of your players decides to enact an inspector to see what all is going on. So when uh, life hands you lemons, you make margaritas.
yeah.
And then you go to lunch.
Yeah.
So,
Can I get a quick geography check? I believe we are inside of one of the larger warehouse units, right?
For your geography, you are surrounded by pine.
Am I in the box?
You're in a box.
I'm in the box? I thought Dan was in the box.
Arms in the box.
Oh, it was Norma's in the box. That's
Oh yeah,
right.
I'm for sure in
I-
the box.
I started the
like that-
after 3-year reveal in the box.
I like that we were ambiguous about it. And yeah, just Norm's 100%
We're all in the box.
Everyone's in the box.
I'm the man in the box.
I thought Cypress got in the box because it's like he's small and we could like squish down.
It would make sense,
You're
but
right. But instead, the over 6 foot
human.
tall, completely human artificer has squeezed into this box through a 1-inch hole in the wood.
yeah. So,
Yeah,
So are we-
at one point, I was on the other side of the dock, opposite, and I gave a thumbs up, and then I got a thumbs up, and I said, "Okay, this is the plan now." And then whenever they turned back to me, I was gone.
that's right.
This is what happens when you miss one of your sessions. So much happens.
Ah. So I kind of like look to Cyprus and I'm like, well, now that we've cleared everything out, what do we want to do? What are we doing? I mean, I see like a group kind of hanging around. Do we want them to leave or do we want them to stay?
Cypress is gonna like hold up the clipboard a little bit and like pretend to like look through it, so it kind of blocks his face, so that way he can talk over to Davin. Be like, do you want to
Make a stealth check
Do you want to just kill him?
with advantage.
Advantage. How is
Is it
my
bad
spell?
that in my head I was like, are we not just gonna murder them?
Where's my?
Oh,
No, we gotta talk to him first, guys.
gosh.
You
There
got
we
a
go.
22 in stealth.
Woo! Go me. Thanks, roll 20.
Nice.
My hero.
This is just in case anybody could possibly see what you're up to.
Right.
We're just gonna go ahead and preempt that.
Perfect.
Awesome.
Yeah, Cypress is just up there flipping through that page and just like over to Davin of like, do you want to kill them? What?
Doggos do not like this plan.
That's fine.
I don't
either.
know.
I don't think. I thought we were trying to figure out what they're doing. Like they're
Oh.
trying to, right?
Yeah.
That was
Yeah.
the plan. Like we
Do you
need to
just
find
wanna
out
go
what they're
talk to
doing. I mean,
Yeah, we can go talk to him. Hey, you over there!
oh crap!
You right there! Yeah, you and you and you and you and you. Point. I don't know how many there are, but I'm gonna
There are 4 that you can like pick out.
Perfect.
Now, kind of.
Yeah, be like, hey,
I'll let you.
you 4.
Are you walking towards them?
I can be. Sure. Why
Yeah,
not? Yeah, that seems fun.
I will follow behind, like just sort of like grunt, bodyguard, whatever. Yeah.
Like it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be like, lunch was called. Are you not gonna take your lunch?
Lunch called early. Wasn't I have to get my lunchbox.
Got it. Okay. Yeah, no, I get that. I mean, it's you take your lunch. They called lunch, so you got to take lunch. That's the whole, that's the rule. Yeah. Kind of like look back at Davin a little bit.
Insight.
Yeah, go ahead.
That work? Did I hit that? Okay, there goes. 14.
14. It sounds perfectly reasonable,
Mhm.
but you have information already to the contrary,
Yeah.
and it looks like they were trying to come up with something legitimate to say on the spot.
Are you sure that's all you were waiting on or needing to do?
People coming out of building. Wait for them to move. Now go get lunch.
Okay.
Right.
As they all start meandering into the building.
And we're outside or we're inside?
You guys are outside.
Okay. And they're going into the building with everyone else, or
Everybody else is leaving the building.
they're
And
going in?
So
now
they're
Okay.
going in after.
Yeah.
Okay. So, yeah, I'll follow. Fuck. Shit.
And
Like,
Oh, okay. Let's just go
Yeah.
in there.
yeah.
they walk past all the boxes. They walk into the back. And they come back out holding their lunch boxes.
Right.
So, hey, boss, I will yell at Cypress in a way.
Oh, me.
Don't
Yeah.
we-
Yeah.
Aren't we supposed to be checking these boxes and doing some things with that?
Yeah.
The inspection?
Oh, right. The main inspection. Yes, not the surprise inspection that we're supposed to keep a surprise. Got it. Yes, the main inspection. Absolutely. Well, like we've been missing enough from this dock area. We kind of have to figure
Right.
out where those are falling off the ship, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
see if we can possibly help reallocate those resources to something a bit more profitable.
Right. So was there
Are
anything?
you intending for that conversation to be overheard?
Yeah, Cypress
Oh, absolutely.
Okay. Okay.
is.
Because they've left the building, but are they still kind of nearby? That's sort of the main.
They managed to get back out to the main floor with their lunch boxes, and they were making their way to the door. And you start having this conversation just as they're passing through the threshold.
You there? I just talked to one of them.
Okay.
Just. I know you're about to go on lunch, but just as we were saying, we've been having this issue. Do you know anything about stuff going missing?
Big yard. Can't keep track of all of it. That's why we have managers. Looking at Cypress.
Well, we're just here for an inspection. We're not actually, we're upper.
Then go inspect. I eat.
I mean, okay, cool. So, yeah. All right. So I will step away and look at Cypress and be like,
Does the dock worker leave?
Yeah, they all make their way outside. And like from your vantage point, as you can start passing out small orders, you notice them as they all sit in the sun. They're darker than average complexion. They don't seem to mind the sun as much as those of what could be considered European descent. So as they sit here, they start going through their lunch boxes, pulling out food.
okay. So we know where they are.
They're half huddled. Looks like they're talking amongst themselves at this point.
Okay. If we're still inside, I'm going to step out of their line of sight and motion for Davin, point at Davin, eyes, them, me, around there. And I'm going to go back into the zone where they were when they picked up their lunch boxes.
Right. And then I will step outside and sort of keep eyes on them. Just sort of like not walking right to them, obviously, but just sort of standing sort of nonchalantly a distance away that I just want to really just keep eyes. So I'm not necessarily going to hear them, but I just want to keep an eye on them. That's right. I did have that, so I have to keep that in mind.
To make it look more cash, Penny's gonna walk over and stand in front of Davin and pretend like they're having a conversation with him with like hands on their hips and like pointing to like different landmarks on the docks, so that Davin can presumably look past Penny to keep an eye on those workers.
Okay. Then one of you roll deception with advantage.
Oh, I should open up my character sheet.
Droller is with you guys. I have his character sheet.
Okay.
What's your deception? Okay.
And right now, I realized it earlier. I'm at disadvantage because I still have a level of exhaustion. So
I'm gonna roll deception. At advantage, you said?
Yes, indeed.
17 with guidance.
You do have the opportunity to guide yourself, so
I would love to guide myself.
Just sort of, I see what they're doing. I pick up what they're carrying, and I kind of like join in the um, faux conversation. You know, maybe pointing in different direction, but looking because I believe Penny, they're shorter than me. Just looking kind of down, but more looking overhead to see this group.
Penny is 5'3".
I think Davin's 6'4".
you are like a full foot taller.
Mhm.
Yeah. Davin's 6'4". I think I made Davin 6'4".
That's why I was like, I'm gonna put the short character in front so they can it could be a good fake out.
There we go. Oh, 6'5". Whatever. That's fine. Whatever. Just the idea.
You're just not wearing your heeled boots right now.
There we go. That's it. Yeah.
You were too tired to put on your heels this morning when
The
we had to
heel-
go
the
out
heel-
for the mission.
That's part. Yeah. Actually, the
Mhm.
heels are part of the armor that they come when it comes on. Like it's. There we go. Anyway.
Yeah, whenever I put mine on, I'm 6'3", starting at 5'9".
5'9" in my 6-inch boots.
Love them.
Oh dear. Okay, there we go. Okay, so I kind of want to keep, like I said, while Cypress is looking around, I just want to kind of keep an eye on this group.
So, Drolor to Cypress. What's the entire plan? What should I do?
Okay.
You ran out of a plan already.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's bold of you to assume that I had one for this whole thing. I was just pulling it out of a hat the whole time. So
Pulling it out
here's
of
what
a
I'm
hat.
thinking.
I get it, because you're a rabbit.
There you go. So
That's
here's what I'm
racist.
thinking is going on, right? And I'm gonna say this as I kind of like walk with Drolor back towards the back of like where their locker room esque area is, where their lunchboxes were, right? And I'm walking with Drolor. I'm gonna say, okay, so here was my thought, right? We're on the mission to figure out where these stolen goods are getting, not necessarily stolen from, but where they're going to and who's stealing them and in what capacity, right? And then the other side of that is that we absolutely do not want our darling Imperial friends to crack this case or catch wind of this ahead of us. If we can redirect this into something more profitable for ourselves as well as for everyone else, that is the kind of ideal scenario that I'm sticking with here, right? So I think if I'm suspicious of that group that we've been talking to, and I'm relatively certain that they have something going on with the whole like chalk and things like that. So if Penny and Davin are out there keeping an eye on them, then you and me, you're going to watch the door for me, and I'm going to search through that section to see if I can find any clues. As for Norm, I haven't seen Norm in a while, and I'm a little worried, but not worried enough to do anything about it right now. Does that track with you, big guy? I heard the ding. What did the ding say? Cool.
Ding. Oh no.
The first thing is we need a copy of the original manifest of items coming in. You'll have the number of crates and a general list of items in them. From there, we need to cross-reference what's actually come in, which would mean we're going to have to at least count the boxes here quickly. We're already down to 55 minutes.
Yes. But the other side of that, as our theoretical side smuggler friend said, they said there are a lot of boxes here, and it's a big dockyard, and that's what they have managers for, right? So we might be on a little bit of the far end of this chase if we're talking with the hands-on muscle and not the actual brains behind this. So I think if we can find that manifest and we can cross-reference that data, we can figure out who would gain profit from this and narrow our search down to the individual directly responsible. And then we can kind of bypass all of the people just getting their hands dirty. You know what I mean?
So far, we only know that the individuals that have been involved are lowlanders. With that, we can see that they've clearly made markers
Right.
on which items to take.
Yes.
So the question is how many are currently gone and how many are supposed to go missing within the next 48 hours?
Mm-hmm. Right. So
We could count those now. Do you just want to count the ones with the markers?
yes, if you count the ones with the markers, I'm gonna go look for
17.
okay. Maybe you should come and help me look for clues. Huh?
What is she? Troller is pretty good at investigating. How good are you?
That sounds like a great question. I got a +6 to investigation.
All right, he will help you. You'll have advantage on yours.
Fantastic, thank you. Okay. Yeah, then Cypress is going to make a big show of like after you to go through the door and follow Drolor in. Ideally, in the same doorway that the Lowlanders went in to collect their things. My hope is that they have their orders, their information, something that will lead us to the next step of this investigation within their personal effects as opposed to their professional effects. And that's what I would like to violate one of my personal laws and go through their personal belongings to see if I can find some kind of clue as to lead us to the next step of this investigation.
How
Okay.
could you?
And you guys quickly make your way while having this conversation. Something that catches you rather quickly was the idea was like, should we just count how many boxes are marked? And Droller just goes 17.
That's yeah.
He has counted them as you guys have been moving.
I don't think Cypress can actually count. I don't think Cypress knows what numbers are. Cypress is actively learning what numbers are. So that number doesn't actually mean anything to Cypress yet, but
That's fair.
it's gonna.
There's definitely been a time when like Cypress has had to like put sutures into Penny's arm or something, and Penny's been like, "How many sutures did you put in me, just so I know when I take them out?" And Cypress is like,
Yeah, you know.
What is
Yeah.
Cypress's intelligence score?
It's my overall score is an 18. My modifier is a +4, but I'm banking a lot on that growing up in Wildfield and on the shores of the living lake, and
You're knowledgeable about the Arcana, not about numbers.
yeah, like what numbers? What's that going to really do for you, right? It's kind of like a this amount or a this amount or a bigger amount. You just kind of figure it out.
"It's one of those like, hey
Alright.
Cypress, how many siblings do you have?" And Cypress is
Uh-huh.
like, "I don't fucking know."
Uh huh.
How many bad guys are around the corner?
Uh huh.
Yeah,
There sure are.
a lot.
Yes,
Aren't
indeed.
you a chemist?
Like 3?
Nah, I don't do that. I don't do that measuring thing. That sounds hard.
That's a high number, right? 3?
That's for carpenters, and that's not what I am.
Nah.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll go look for clues. An amount of clues. Who knows how many?
Arbiter sounds like a fancy woodsmith to me.
There we go.
Are you gonna carpet something?
Thingy,
Actually
quick.
checking. I don't have any tool proficiencies
pinch
that
you.
would be funny in that. Oh wait, no, I do. No, I don't. Never mind. Nope. I do have alchemist supplies as a proficiency, but I just get lucky.
That's not funny for the roleplay.
Not yet.
But as Drollord ducks to fit underneath this door frame, it is a small locker room. It is stacked lockers. And lockers is a stretch. It's cabinets.
Hmm.
None of them have locks on them.
Interesting. Okay.
I mean, it's somebody's either taken some charcoal or something else to just write names on these boards.
Okay. So they're wooden cabinets?
Mhm.
Okay. Yeah, and we know the names of our darling Lowlander homies. I'm going to bank that these are probably not assigned. They're probably chosen by like friend group type thing. With an amount of like reshuffling. So if our 4 alleged smugglers hang out together, my logic would say that those 4 taking lunch together are probably going to be on the same shift together, which means that they're going to start their day at the same time together, which means that they would probably group up their locker locations together, especially in a large dock scenario like this with a large like workforce. I think that friend groups will pack bond in that way, and I think that tracks with Cyprus's history in terms of like the way that the community system works in the Harangon communities. So I'm going to look for the names that are on the cabinets to see how they're laid out, like what they're, yeah.
They don't seem to be in any particular order. It is not alphabetical or anything else.
Hmm.
Going over them, did you already roll an investigation?
I have not, but I would be happy to. Do. A 22.
Nice. Um, there's no convention for who got which cabinet, but most of these have like long-standing writing on them. Sometimes it looks like it's been like updated.
Hmm.
And as you sit here and you start like checking, there's Wu, there's Yi, um, and several others that fit this sort of naming convention. But there's 2 of them next to each other, and then there's another one several spaces down,
Hmm.
and another one several more spaces down, just past the corner on the bottom.
Okay.
So your initial thought was not correct.
Hmm. In that case, I'm gonna go with Fawn Wee
Hmm.
and look in that locker first.
As you sit here and start trying to quickly peel through, you find it looks like almost just a canvas jacket. And as you sit here, start like quickly going through the pockets, just grab a paper and one.
Hmm. Yeah, I'll take it out between 2 fingers and hold it up to Drollor. And then, while looking at Drollor, I'm going to do eyes and point towards the door to indicate, like, watch our back. Because I know we have people in stages, but on the off chance that we're going to be surprised, I'd like to not be. And then I will unfold the paper and attempt to read it.
You quickly see that this is gibberish. What languages do you speak?
That's a great question. Not a handful? I speak Common, Harengon, Sylvan, and Infernal.
None of this makes any sense.
Okay. I'll go over to Drollor and tap him on the elbow with the paper
Mhm.
and hand it over to see if he can take a look, and then I'll take watch for him.
This doesn't fit the grammar of any language.
Mm-hmm.
If it's not a language, then it's a cipher.
Mm-hmm.
I have no idea what this says.
Well, here's my next question then. If we copy this down, we cover our tracks. If we take it with us, we have evidence. I think we should take it with us.
Well, taking it with us is only evidence if we can crack the cipher.
Right. But we are also on a time crunch, and this might be at the very least a bargaining chip in the future conversations we're going to have surrounding this. So, you good if I just take that back and pocket it? Thoughts?
You pocket it, they know wrong. It's your choice. How quickly can we move?
Probably pretty quickly, and Cypress will slip it in a pocket. I'll put the jacket back, close the door, and then thank you, little boy. I think I will. I'll go back out to. I'll take Droller with me, and we'll go back out to Penny and Davin.
We have 49 more minutes.
Okay. I'm gonna go and casually put. Once we get outside, I will put my hand on Penny's shoulder and Davin's elbow, and bond us with the metaphysical tether. There you go.
Well, because they've been outside now for an additional 5 minutes.
Right.
So what have you two been up to?
Penny's just been like incessantly monologuing just fucking nonsense in hushed tones, and every once in a while been slipping in a whole like, that crate over there weighs 22 kilograms, and that's going to be too heavy for us to lift. And I can't believe that he actually said that right before I left home. Can you believe that, Davin? Anyway, so I think that Cyprus would want us to move that one onto the ship first, and then want to build up a foundation of crates on top of that. And can you really just believe that my mother did that when I was a child? It's really fucked up. I think it honestly explains a lot about my personality.
And Davin has he has been shaking head and literally never gone too far down to where he misses Penny's head. Over he goes pat his vision is kind of locked on that group, and he's like, uh-huh, yeah, that's crazy. And just um slightly slightly trying to not I mean clearly not paying attention, but keeping the guise of the conversation so that we can keep an eye on our target. And I will briefly, as Penny maybe points to a box or something, I will look that way to kind of again playing into the we're actually doing a job and we're actually supposed to be here, and kind of very much not like has no idea what he's doing.
Eddie has
But it's
absolutely been divulging personal secrets to Davin, thinking that he's splitting his focus and paying attention.
I just love the fact of you're sitting here talking about how hard you're working for 10 minutes as you're pointing at things. You can't help but to thank your upper middle management.
yeah. Woo,
No, that's exactly
look
it.
at how hard we're working.
No work is actually getting done, but you are certainly pointing at things.
Uh-huh.
This is all I did when I was a retail manager, is I just talked shit with associates on the floor and just made it seem like I was doing work.
Yes. Well, okay. So but I've been kind of keeping an eye and seeing if though that group is doing anything beyond, say, eating their lunch. I know they're talking, but I'm assuming they're kind of talking in hushed tones, and it's very sort of in that little group. There's probably not going to be much that I could hear, but
Yeah, they're pretty clicked up.
yeah. So I just sort of keep an eye, just making sure that they're all staying in the same spot and checking to see if any of them maybe wander back or move away or head back into the building.
They're not moving.
Okay. So our guys is sort of working, and I am sort of waiting for the next step in the plan, whatever that may be.
Norm.
Yeah, Penny, that's great. Mm-hmm.
Norm, you've been in this box for 15 minutes.
Just waiting for the signal.
You've been transferred into a cart, and you are gently rolling through the streets.
Just waiting for the signal. I'm sure Smallman will let them know which box I was in. Smallman's chasing a rat. He's trying
He's
to
chasing
tame
a rat
rat.
still in his bucket.
He's trying to tame a rat.
The bucket just bounces into a rat. The rat sits here, starts to scurry away. As all of a sudden, the bucket, in mimic just catches the rat.
Just rides him like a cowboy.
Yeah, now the bucket is just moving erratically.
It's Ratatouille, but in a can. Yeah, I'm just in this box. I'm like, you know what? We're probably all going to the same place. It'll be fine.
So, Cyprus.
Yeah, Cypress comes out the door, Drolor in tow. one hand on Penny's shoulder, one hand on Davin's elbow, in like a camaraderie and like, I don't know, like an overbearing manager would do. Just like, and I'm gonna bond us with the metaphysical tether, and out loud, I'm going to say, doesn't look like there's anything to go on in here. We got the crates counted. Let's move on to the next batch. If you guys want to stay here and relax on your break, we're gonna move just down the way. Come join us when you're ready. And
Cool.
through the metaphysical tether, I'm gonna say, guys, I remembered that sometimes I can like read stuff with my mind. So I'm gonna go over there and do that real quick. And then I'm gonna take Droller with me for like appearance sake. And if you two can stay here and watch them and let me know through the thing that we're doing what happens, then we'll be good to go. Cool?
Sure.
Sure.
Question: Has anyone seen Norm or Smallman? Norm,
Oh,
our friend who sleeps weird.
no, not for like 16 minutes or so.
I mean, I don't know where they could be, and I don't think we have a way to call out. I don't want to raise any further suspicion. This is all in the head, mental type of thing.
How does Cypress know what 16 minutes is?
That's a good
He just
point.
said a random number. He just said a random number.
That's what it is. Okay, I figured it out. I know how Cypress knows numbers now. I got it. It'll come back. Give me a second. I'll work on it. You're right, Dan. Got it. Nailed it. Okay. Character lore.
But no,
drop.
so yeah, I don't want to like raise any suspicion. I'm going to assume that they are laying in wait, and when we need to, we will call out and they'll come running. Maybe that's it. I don't know.
Yeah, all right. Okay.
Out loud, Cypress is gonna be like, "Are you good? Did I break your brains a little bit? I said you guys can have your break. Do you understand what I'm saying?"
Sure. Yeah.
Oh, sorry. We're not used to the idea of getting to breathe and rest our feet while on the job. No, this is a great gift. Thank you, sir.
You don't have to call me that. It's just me laying it down. We're trying to move in a positive new direction as we go. And speaking of new direction, I'll be down that way because I don't get breaks, and I will check in with you in a bit. Okay? All right.
Thing, boss.
Okay.
Sounds great.
And then out loud, while still holding the clipboard, I'm gonna do a big like grand wave to everyone having lunch. I'm like, "Great job, everyone. It's going really well. Keep up the great work. Yeah, all part of a team. Just walk my way down the building."
This is going great.
Are any
want
of the
some
lowlanders like looking at Cypress as he leaves?
Yes. It's a very awkward dichotomy because the 3-foot rabbit is giving the shy of 9-foot tall person orders, as also the rest of you. In a world where might makes right, the size of Drollor, everyone assumes that he's supposed to be in charge. And if it's not Drollor, then probably David. Especially around the docks. But this job requires something else.
Yeah.
An extra finger on the right hand.
Oh.
name is Inigo Montoya.
Hmm.
Yeah.
But I'm not the six-fingered man. I'm the six-fingered rabbit. Anyway, so I'm gonna go down and I'm gonna go around the corner and find like a flat surface, preferably like a barrel or a crate or similar. And I'm gonna take the cipher out of my pocket and stretch it out, and then I want to kind of, and then yeah, because I don't have it prepared. I'm gonna ritually cast comprehend languages, which is a thing that I forgot that I had, but I thought that Drollor had. But then I looked at my spell list. I was like, I got that, and I have ritual casting. So I will take the time to hand over this paper and cast comprehend languages to at least see if I can get the source words off of the page to glean more information.
So as you spend the next 10 minutes working on that, $38 minutes. You guys have had 10 minutes to do anything that you needed to do. Enact any plans you have.
Oh gosh. So where the lowlanders are sort of sitting and gathered is like they're not taking any shade, but is there shade near them? Like if we were say getting closer. The
The
idea is to
closest
get
shade to them would actually be back inside the building.
okay, didn't know. Because I'm trying to think. We've been given a break, and I'm trying to decide how to play this because there's a part of me that wants to be like we could be casual and sit next to like near them, or we could no, we're technically supposed to be like upper management, so we shouldn't like break with them. So I'm thinking maybe getting a little closer, if nothing
I've
else.
got an idea. I've got an
Okay.
idea.
Okay.
Okay. It's a bad idea. All right. Penny is going to take off their outer coat and is going to make a kind of a show of like inspecting their shoulders and is going to walk over to kind of where the lowlanders are and is gonna wave and say, do you mind if I sit? I need to even out these tan lines. Oh. What are they called? The farmer tan lines? They're atrocious. Ugh. Afraid to even roll up my sleeves. I feel like my hands are 2 shades darker than my forearms. And it's going to sit down, kind of near by them.
As you like start sitting down, the one of this like scoots over and just makes room all of a sudden.
Oh, do you mind if I join you?
Please.
Thank you. That's very kind. And Penny's gonna go and sit and kind of lean back to give themselves as much sun as possible and say, I'm Penny, by the way. It's nice to meet all of you.
Hello. If I want to have to come up with 4 names really fast.
Don't worry about it. It's okay. Don't worry about it.
Oh,
You got
yes,
it.
it's lovely to meet you and you and you. I love that name. Oh no, it's quite beautiful. It has a great ring to it. How long have you all been here?
One of them brings up that they've been at the warehouse now for 2 years.
Oh,
Other
2
one
years.
says almost 2 years. One has been here for a year, and then the last one 6 months.
Oh, that's. Oh, you all have, or most of you have tenure. It sounds like. Oh, well, I've been following around the rabbit for what about 5 years now. We go to plenty of docks, but it's nice to see so many friendships being formed. You don't really see a whole lot of that at every dock that we go to. You all seem to have made very nice little tight knit group.
I have stepped. I've gotten closer, but only I'm keeping a maybe 10-foot distance between me and Penny, and I've sort of sat on the ground to just sort of like I'm resting. I'll pull out like not my flask. I don't have a flask. Like a water skin and just like drink water and like I'm taking a break but I'm mostly keeping an eye on Penny and this group. And if I remember correctly, the metaphysical tether, we can talk to each other. Okay.
I believe so.
Cool.
Yeah, Connor says yes.
Cool.
They clarify that they're not just friends, they're related.
Oh, that's wonderful. Oh, that's so nice. Oh, the rabbit and I were kind of like adopted siblings. I feel kind of bad about saying that because he's the boss and I don't want anyone to think that it's like a nepotism thing, but you know how things work. Obviously, family is able to vouch for family quite easily in this line of work.
Board open door. Back keeps working. Sorry. Not first language.
Oh, that's quite alright. We all have to start somewhere. And I've heard that Common can actually be one of the harder languages to learn. There's a lot of strange ways that they conjugate their sentences, and it doesn't always make sense to a lot of people. I remember when I was first learning it as a child, it messed me up for quite a while.
Also, many words from other language.
And if you don't mind my asking, what is your native tongue called? I'd like to learn as many languages as I possibly can to make line of work a little bit easier.
Yeah. No name.
No name. Oh.
As they just start speaking. And it is this amalgamation of almost Creole and Chinese. So you have certain hard repeating syllables with like almost a French influence on it as well. So it has lovely vowels and then like these hard repeating consonants.
Could I, if it's not too much trouble, I don't want to make you have to like work on a very precious break, but would you mind teaching me some words just so that we could possibly talk shite about the upper management when they're not around, or I can help translate for you and for Cypress when he comes back around.
So the one that you seem to be having the most conversation with starts to teach you word by word, sometimes syllable by syllable, a sentence. Um, this is a formal greeting.
And Penny's gonna do their best to repeat after.
Make a charisma check.
Hell yeah. That's not what I wanted. That's what I want. 17.
Yeah, you get solid. You're not a native speaker,
hmm
but you've taken the time to put into it. So it's still only one sentence, but
Mhm. I want to purposefully mess up some words, and when they correct me, I want to make kind of a show of like, oh, that's such a rookie mistake, and pull out some paper and try and like phonetically spell it out so that I can remember it.
okay.
And I'm just gonna keep having this conversation with them and learning words,
Yeah, and
and talking shit about the man for as long as possible.
I've sort of been keeping just. I'm trying to see if their sort of hesitation has dropped a bit now that Penny is talking with them. Are they a little bit more relaxed? I don't want to say casual, but like, just have they relaxed a bit as they have been talking?
They seem to have relaxed a bit. It's the one who's been here the longest is the one who's coaching. Um, excuse me.
Okay.
Hiccup. No. Uh, make an insight check.
Okay. Still that. 10.
You notice that occasionally the others giggle a little bit. It's almost like are they giggling at her pronunciation? Like if you mispronounce this just a little bit, does it sound like a dirty word in their language?
Yeah.
Are they just teaching Penny just like fucked up things to say? And are actually like, this sentence is hello, how are you? Lovely weather we're having. But it's actually something super messed up.
Oh dear.
Mhm.
What are the first words you learn when you learn any language?
Fuck.
Boom.
I mean, when Connor was learning French, one of the first things that I learned from him was qu'est-ce que le phoque, which means what the seal.
Hmm.
But it did also take 3/4 of a semester of me learning sign language before my teacher would teach us how to say masturbate and bullshit. So
Cowards.
yeah, she was a very nice lady, and she's like, I want you guys to learn and not just be here for the gross stuff.
Coward.
Okay.
I want them to teach me how to say fuck in their native tongue. That's what I want.
Oh. We'll see how well you get there once you finish this sentence. Because as soon as you start trying to learn another word, you're going to forget what you're learning now.
I'm writing it down, baby. I'm being a fucking student. I'm being an A+ little child. Let's fucking go.
So, Norm, what have you been doing in this additional time?
Waiting for the signal. It's gonna be a big payoff. I'm already ready for it.
As you feel the wagon wheels move from cobblestone streets onto a dirt road.
I'm in it for the long con, baby. It gets. I get on an airship.
Oh no!
1
Norm goes
month.
on a
4 months later.
Just waiting
Just
waiting for the signal.
Norm, are you really going to sit in a crate until you get opened up, and all of a sudden you're like in a Taliban cave?
And I'll build another suit of armor with a box of scraps.
No, that wasn't an Iron Man reference. That's like how long are you going to sit here?
It was the same thing. All right. I'm just gonna. Guess I'll come out.
I mean, do you want to even look around? Do you want to
Yeah, I can peek an eye out.
Okay. You can see the town in your rear view as you start looking out. From this angle, it looks like you're heading southwest,
Towards a warehouse, perhaps?
away from the city.
Okay. All right. I'll just I'll get out of the box. Start walking back.
Well, I mean, do you want to? Is there anything you can do to mark the box so you could later scry on it, or other sensory abilities?
Let me see. What I could have been doing was my thing just makes it super obvious. What could I have been making? Yeah, I don't go really much. Yeah, my magical tinkering, it doesn't have anything that I can follow or anything like that. Spells wise, I don't have anything that does that either.
I would say there's something you could do with magical tinkering.
I mean, I would make it'd be super obvious that somebody's
Doesn't have to be.
right, but like the phrasing about it is like you have to touch it and it makes a noise. It's not like the rogue ability where only rogues can tell. It's not like, not to say thieves can't, but the other thing where it was like, maybe it just thieves can't, where it's just like rogue graffiti that they're able to tell.
Given your armor's special abilities, we could stretch the definition of what noise is.
Oh, okay. Yeah, like a
Not,
super.
not audible to humans.
Oh, okay, yeah. All right, yeah. I put it where it. The only thing is, that you have to be 10 feet away from it to hear it. Maybe I amplify it. Find a way to amplify it.
I would let you amplify it if you burned a spell slot.
Yeah, I'll do that.
The higher the spell slot, the bigger the amplification.
Makes sense. I burn it.
What level spell?
I can only do level ones.
Okay. But that gives you something.
Okay, perfect.
So with your armor, you are able to almost pick up the signal like an antenna as you hear a high-pitched beeping noise as it slowly draws further away from you. Using your armor's various functions, you're able to slip away and hide yourself from view to make sure that they're long gone. As an intelligence based, what's your actual intelligence score?
I think it's 20.
Already
No.
20?
Yeah, it's 20.
Given the amount of time it takes them at their relative speed, you estimate roughly 500 feet that you're able to pick up the signal again.
Perfect.
You have a general vector of where they're going. It'll certainly narrow down what's going to happen, but you are a fair distance away from your friends.
Okay, I start walking back to town.
Okay. So, Cypress, you complete your spell.
Yay! What do I see?
The characters in a cipher are jumbled.
Mhm.
Being able to read the language now doesn't unjumble the letters.
Right. But I'm able to read the language, correct?
The characters that make up the language are shifted.
Yes. I can read the characters.
You can read the characters,
Okay. I'm
but
going
the
to.
characters themselves are still gibberish in this order.
Yes. So, what I'm going to do as quickly as I can without making mistakes, now that I can read these characters in whatever they're supposed to be, or because doesn't translate to common, it just allows me to read them, correct?
And only the literal translation.
Right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to transcribe the comprehended languages version into a spare page in my journal.
Okay.
So I'm going to make a copy of the translated version and keep the original, which has not been magically altered in any way. Because to anyone else other than my eyes, it will be the original ciphered text, correct?
Correct.
Okay, yes. So I'm going to have, yeah. Yes, this makes sense in my brain to a point. I don't know if it's going to pay off, but it's a thing. So I'm going to have the ciphered copy, the ciphered original, and the transcribed copy. Is that how ciphered comprehend languages work? Can I make that? Can I transfer the ciphered text?
In this case, you're not translating it.
Right.
You're
not
taking the pictograms, ideograms, whatever else, and whatever frame that they make, and you're turning it into a phonetic sound.
Yes. So it's not like I read. I'm not writing gibberish. I'm sorry. Am I? If I were to transcribe this as I can read it now, when it is ciphered text, will it turn into like cat, trash can, water bottle, or would it like be an incomprehensible string of phonetic sounds?
It's an incomprehensible string of phonetic sounds at present.
Right. Might as well. Came this far. Yeah, I'm gonna transcribe it over into a spare sheet in my notebook.
Well, the thing is if you find somebody that knows that other language, maybe then they could organize them.
Yes. Yeah.
So
What my goal here is that I want to have two versions of the same sheet of paper
mhm.
that I can, if one works, if the other works, or no, I'm just trying to increase the chances of me having information that I can then turn into the next step of whatever. I'm going to keep both of them. But if I did the ritual casting for the comprehend languages, on the off chance that it gleaned me some information, awesome. And if it's just phonetic gibberish, then I'm going to still copy the phonetic gibberish, because then I at least have a copy of the phonetic gibberish. And that seems, I don't know, me trying not to trip while I'm backpedaling here. But I feel like I can justify that to myself, to justify the time
Well,
that it took me
well,
to
one
do
of the
these.
examples you gave is water bottle.
Right.
Water bottle is 4 syllables, which means that even if it says water bottle, that's going to be 4 separate characters strewn about the cipher.
Okay.
So you have to figure out what parts of the cipher have to be moved in order to create the message.
Right.
It's still a task. It's not impossible.
Right.
But
It's a
as you're going,
direction map. Or
as you're sitting here and you start transcribing this, make an intelligence check with advantage because Droller is able to help.
Yeah, my man. A dirty 20.
So with Dirty 20, as you sit here and you start looking through this, you know it's not common. You know it's not Sylvan. Very quickly, you realize it is their language. And we don't speak their language, but all that means then is we need to have someone who does speak the language. Doesn't have to be one of them, just someone who speaks the language,
Right.
and they can start doing the right replacements to make this fit. They don't even need this cipher. They
Right.
say, this doesn't make sense. What are the ways it does?
Right. Yeah. So I have an option, and I feel good about that. So thank you. So yes, I will have that once I'm complete with those things. Put both in my notebook. Put my notebook back in my little inner pocket, and then I will be. I'm gonna turn and look up at Drollor. Go like, okay. Now what?
We are running low on time,
Yes.
and running out of options quickly.
Yeah.
If when you started this charade, if everything worked out, what was the goal?
Yeah. Yeah.
No.
No?
Oh. Okay.
Oh, you mean my goal for this whole thing? Yeah, I didn't have one. It was literally just like, "Gah!" and panic response. But it worked out, so it's fine. But I see what you're saying. So what is the goal? The goal here is to find the smugglers and then get answers as to what are they smuggling, why are they smuggling, where are they smuggling to, and what can bonus points, what can we do to take them from bad smugglers to good smugglers, right? All while staying under the noses of the Imperials. Yes, I like this plan. Okay, so the
I
goal
think
now.
smuggler might be an incorrect term.
What do you mean?
A smuggler takes illegal goods past a checkpoint.
Yeah.
Right now, we only know them as thieves.
Sure, but sometimes smugglers also take non-illegal goods and move them from a location where they're supposed to be to a different location for financial profit.
Right. That's called thievery.
Yeah, but also smugglers do that too. And so do pirates, but like we don't call smugglers piracies. So I feel like we're getting off
Piracy is
track.
thievery. Piracy is thievery on the water,
Yeah,
by
but
definition. But the point I'm making is, if you're thinking of it as a smuggler and smuggler only, then
Right.
you're going to keep thinking about it in one set of motives. If they're not just smugglers, perhaps they're thieves. If they're not just thieves, perhaps they're also something else.
right. Like
By
smugglers.
not restricting them to this single definition of smuggler, you open up the possibility of additional motive.
Right.
With additional motive, we come up with additional plans.
Droller, I like the direction that you're thinking in here. So here's my thought. We find oh no, we already found them. We found some people who appear to be complicit in this whole process. We'll call it the process for now, right? Nice and general, the process for now, right? So I would say we know people who are involved in this allegedly, and we know that they have certain crates. So now we should figure out where those crates are going.
Correct.
Because where their crates are going is the ultimate goal of the people who are, allegedly giving us money to assist with this, right? I think that's kind of the through line here. And if we can get those side objectives of other details, I think that's a good idea. So let's figure out where the crates are going. And Cypress is going to confidently, hands on hips, kind of look around the general area and take in the flow of goods here, right? So this is a dock, so we have shipments coming in from both land and sea, or is this specifically just sea?
There are goods that move to the docks to be put on ships, and there are things that are brought in via ship. Either this being their final destination, or to then be moved inland.
Right. So yeah, so
But this is the port.
Right. But we have goods moving in at least two different directions, right? From sea
Yes.
to land and from land to sea. And also
Yes.
allegedly or theoretically from sea to other sea if this is a stopping point, right?
Mm-hmm.
Cool. So it's not just like a single. Okay. So that makes things more complicated. And then in that same regard, the crates that were marked, they were outgoing, correct?
It looks like they were all incoming,
Yeah,
according
they
to that
came
manifest.
Right. Yes. Got it. Yes.
They were
They came-
diverted from outward passage via ship or land.
Okay. So where'd they go?
If they're not leaving via land route or sea, it means wherever they're going is local.
Right. But I would still say they could be leaving in a smaller seafaring vessel or in a smaller land-faring vessel, right?
Theoretically.
Right.
But after moving to this side of the dock, I'm already up to 23 crates. With 23 crates, that is an amount of volume that I do not see a small vessel doing.
Right. It's more likely that they're moving on land.
Locally.
Yes.
It's the only way to keep moving product without surprising they haven't been noticed further.
Drolor, I want you to put me up there. I'm gonna point to the top of the building.
How forcefully?
I would like to be up there, please.
Uppies.
You're familiar with magic?
Yeah.
You're familiar with
Okay.
uppies?
This might feel a little weird.
Okay.
Deep breath in, exhale. As you're taking a deep breath in, he grabs hold of your shirt. And the next second, you're on the roof.
Ooh.
And so is Drolor.
Oh, that was okay. I'm going to remember that, and in some amount of time, when I can kind of figure out my own stuff, I'm gonna do stuff like that too. Just you wait and see, Drolor. Just you wait and see.
At that moment, like everything became cloudy.
Right.
And everything was just a blur. And then you're there. I said breathe out.
Yeah. Cypress says all that and then goes "Glah!" and just pure bunny vomit, just "Glah!" right on the roof. Okay. I exhaled. So, and then I wish to peruse the landscape. And I would like to specifically look for the flow of traffic on the cart land faring vessel side around the docks.
Make a perception check.
Jerseys. Switch that back to normal. That is a critical one. With a +4, that makes it 5, but it's still a natty 1.
With everyone on their lunch break right now, there's no traffic moving through here. Your plan, while working, is also currently a detriment.
Right.
Maybe this will work again once things start moving again. But right now, you're at a dead stop.
Yeah. I think Cypress does like a sweeping look to kind of survey and then looks down at like the whole lot of nothing happening and then sees everybody sitting out having their picnics. The idea of them having food immediately brings back the motion sick and just glot and just retches again and then falls right on back, right on the tailbone. Head goes right between the knees and like rubbing temples broadcast down to Penny and Davin. Goes, okay, we're on the roof and we're gonna look and see where crates and things are gonna flow to. But I think we need to figure out where all this shipment and stuff is going. I don't know if you guys want to look for clues or whatever, but I guess I'm in a decent Overwatch position that I can watch our friends and advise when they move. If that works for you guys.
Okay. I can mentally, I'm saying like, okay, I've kind of been Penny's engaging with them, so I could potentially start looking around for stuff, but what am I looking for?
We need information and evidence to take back to the harbor master. I think what you're going to be looking for is anything that indicates where these crates are now going to. Not their original destination, but their new destination. Um, Bonus objectives, if you can figure out what is the common theme of these items and what
Okay,
is their general place of origin, would be the bonus information to
awesome.
gather that way.
Sure. So I will like get up. Like I've said that in my head, and just I will get up and then make my way into where these crates are, and I will find um hopefully find like a crowbar or something. Because the only thing I really need to look is find a crate with a yellow mark on it and try to open it and see if what's inside. Because that's the only thing I can think to do. So that's what I'm gonna do. Or at least
All
see
right.
it, find a couple. Are they kind of? I'm assuming these ones that are marked are kind of scattered. There's not a grouping of them together.
They're scattered around of various sizes. All these
Right.
crates are nailed shut tightly. Do you have a crowbar?
That's what I meant to find. Like I'm trying to find if there's a like anything nearby, uh, crowbar or something.
Quick investigation check.
Oh boy. 10.
It takes you a second looking around. But yeah, there's actually one right in front of the warehouse leaning up against it.
Cool. So I'll grab that and then make my way in and try to find a good distance away from the grouping and just sort of find one that I can potentially open without, I wouldn't say too much suspicion, but just kind of to open.
As you make your way in, you find this crate. It's clearly marked, and it is approximately 5 feet long, about 2 feet deep, um, and little about 18 inches in width.
Okay.
As you go ahead and start prying it open, roll a 1d6 for me.
1d6. Okay. Boop, boop, boop. 5.
5. As you sit here and you start prying this open, these are. It looks like these are just bolts of heavy duty fabric, but all of them are a similar shade of dark gray, almost a charcoal gray.
Hmm.
As the ones that aren't are almost like an olive drab.
Okay. Then I will try to get it back closed. I know it's not going to be perfect because I'm rushing ish a bit, but the idea is to not have it look like it's been tampered with, I guess. So,
Unfortunate thing about using a pry bar is it bends the nails.
yep. Do I have mending? I don't have mending.
Um,
Does anyone have
do
mending?
you need to check another box?
Uh, Yeah, we need to get an idea of what they're taking. So, yeah,
Alright.
I will go try to find another one.
1d6.
One.
As you open this crate, it's surprisingly small. It's barely 2 feet by 2 feet. I mean, it's practically a cube.
Mm-hmm.
And as you open it, these are all winged spearheads.
So I will say over the tether. So I've been looking in these crates. So far, there's been bolts of fabric and winged spearheads. I don't. It's. I don't want. I'm trying to make a educated guess, which I guess I could. I wonder if this is actually just supplies for maybe a rebellion. I don't know. It just clothing and or fabric and spearheads. That's two very different things. But I could try looking at another box. But I've now opened two.
Is all this coming through the mental link?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Sorry, I had a distraction. Yeah, I think Cypress still sounds incredibly groggy, like almost as if he's just thrown up twice or three times. Who's to count? Not Cypress, that's for sure. So Cypress goes, so okay, that seems like regular supplies, right?
Yeah.
It would be pretty sweet if these, like, if this whole setup was part of either the rebellion with capital letters or a smaller, not so capital rebellion kind of thing.
Right.
That'd be a really great synchronization there. Can you find anything that says where these like came from or were originally intended? Is this Imperial shipments? It kind of has to be, right?
Yeah. Was there anything on or in the boxes that would have given me any clue as to where they originated?
On the box with the fabric, let's see here. I have to pull up a larger map.
Hmm.
It looks like the fabric came from a village called Fablica.
Okay.
And the spearheads look like they had been manufactured in Wildfield.
So I'll say that through the tether.
Is that a thing that normally is made in Wildfield from my youth?
Whether for protection or hunting, their spears were more common than any other weapon outside of bows.
Interesting.
Particularly a short horned bow.
Mm-hmm. A short horn bow would have been was in the box, or a short horned bow was like the most common hunting and defensive implement.
The second one.
Okay. Okay, Davin. So
Historically, it's a Mongol bow.
Oh, okay, cool. Awesome. Oh, that's so sick. Okay. I think, do I have one of those? I don't think I have one of those. I did take one of those. I do have one of those. That's cool. Not gonna use it, but I have one. So yeah, I think okay, so Cypress shakes his little bunny head, ears flopping in the coastal breeze. You've got two items, two types of items coming from two different locations
Right.
in the land masses. And if
Right.
that's the case, and they're coming here, and then from here they're getting sent out, we have still several options. It could be going to a resistance rebellion type scenario, which would be great for us. Nice little negotiation there. Make sure that we're all on the same side. Call it good. But they could also still be getting sold for like a side profit, at which point we could still have that negotiation, try and bring them into the fold. Worst case scenario, they're getting pulled out and then either delivered to the Empire for like favoritism type stuff, but that doesn't really seem that likely, considering that the Imperials are going to have their own preferred Imperial sources for their materials. Okay. Good work, Devin. All right, I think we can work
do you
with
want
that.
me to open another one? You don't want to open. I don't want to open a third, but I don't necessarily want to. But if I need to, and I don't think we have as much time because they're going to be coming back from their lunch
Yes.
soon.
No. I think reduce the footprint of. We're going to reduce the chances of us leaving evidence. So I would say no. I think you're good.
Okay.
Can I visually look down and see like the group, the amassed dock workers on their little picnic lunchtime stuff?
Yeah, you can see just about everything from here.
Okay.
Drooler hasn't moved like an inch since getting up
That's
here.
intimidating. Is he okay?
Yes, but I
Give him
don't
a
know
little
where the
wave.
supports are. If I shift my
yeah.
weight.
Yeah. No, that's good, Troller. I agree with that. That's okay. Cool. I like it. You wait right there then. Let me handle this. I'm gonna like Batman crouch a little bit. And then probably like dry heave just a skosh, because sudden movement, it's a lot. Okay, so looking out at like the whole Overwatch position that I'm in, right? Penny is with the Lowlander group still. There's the big group of overall, or of the. There's the overall group of the dock workers on lunch, right? And then Davin, geographically speaking, how far away is Davin from the rest, like the massed up lunchtime brigade?
Davin is out of your sight entirely.
Okay.
He's inside the building.
Got it. Okay.
Because that's the only location that was out of sight from everyone else.
Perfect. Okay. Davin. I think.
Yes.
I think we need to find a way to track these boxes for where they're going to go.
Okay.
And I bet Norm would have a really good idea on how to do this, if only there was a way to communicate with him. Oh well.
Oh no. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I don't have that kind of magic or ability. Yeah. 'Cause the only, I mean, other than, I mean, I'd have to find a bigger box, but other than crawling into a box and like going with it, I can't think of anything else to um do to quote unquote track.
Right. And I think we're spinning our wheels a little bit here in terms of trying to figure out. We have a limited amount of time to be able to find clues in this area. We have
Right.
we have ideas of what they're taking.
Mhm.
We have
Yeah.
the connection that ties the lowlanders in with the act of taking them. We have we were able to see that, and we were able to have physical evidence to tie there. We just need to know where they're going now,
Right.
right? Because that's like
Yeah.
those component
So
pieces to solve the harbor master's complaint problem, right? And if we can
there's
solve this for the harbor master, that would also be nice. So
the
um
only thing I could think to do
mhm,
is to ask about the yellow marks.
right. Oh, ask them directly.
Yeah.
Penny's been listening to this conversation in their head and is forming their own plan.
That's the only thing I can think to do to just
Yeah,
see if they will give any information, but that's a stretch and that's going to take some.
some real charisma.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I don't know if
Penny's
you've
gonna
noticed this about me, Devin, but I'm not very charismatic.
I mean, you convinced the guards to do something crazy, or convinced this whole area to do something really crazy, which I think is kind of cool.
I
But
convinced them to stop working and have food. Like if you you gotta that is the most underhanded pitch I think I could ever hit.
but you
Like
did it so well.
I I, I am a bunny
You
of
took
the
command.
people. I get it.
You
But if
took great
only we
command. I
had
think it,
someone with the Riz.
yeah, charisma was my dump stat.
Samesies, always. I
So
refuse
Penny,
to
with
have a
their
positive.
18 in charisma,
Yeah,
is
get it.
going to wait a while during the conversations and lean back to look after where Davin walked through into the warehouse, and then is going to lean forward
Conspiracy.
conspiratorially.
Conspiratorially.
Yeah, that. And in a hushed voice, it's going to say, "Okay, so now that the squares are gone, y'all want to talk shite for real?"
Shapes?
No, shite. It's like excrement, but I have an accent, and so it's hard to.
No, you said square.
Oh, I square in common can be used to describe shapes as well as nerds or people who are boring.
Oh, we have faux dong.
Hold on. Thank you. I'm writing that down. I like that because then I can sound smarter and more cultured when I'm talking to the other squares in the fuck, I've had too much sun already. In the HR building, essentially. And then I can't get in trouble again. Uh so you want to talk shite?
Sure. Faux dong is inconsequential.
Hold on. Perfect. So they're here, and I got dragged along because I'm the next on the rung of ladders. Uh, they're here because there's been a whole lot of internal losses recently, and the company is worried about it, worried about the financial strain that it puts on them. So let let me ask you this, my friends. How do you feel about being watched and hovered over and micromanaged throughout your day?
Is square.
Okay. Okay. Perfect. Uh
No work done. Well,
it's
more
it's
bosses stand around. More boss in way.
that's true. They take up space, and then that's just one more 5 foot square that you can't really move forward and through without engaging. Is there a way that I can make your lives easier while working on this assignment?
You say thing lost?
I
What thing?
you know, from what I remember from the briefing, because I like to do this thing in my home. There's a game called D&D, and it stands for uh dehydration and disassociation, and I'm really good at it. Unfortunately,
We call that drinking.
oh no, we just call drinking where I'm from. I was also really bad at that too. Uh, anyway, I don't remember exactly what was said to have been lost, but I do remember that it was in cargo crates, uh, and there seemed to be a lot of them, and
Mini crate here.
hey, do any of them, like, is the count ever off? Where do you where do you get these shipments from, and where do they go? Is there like a manifest that's checked?
Harbor Master could have manifest.
Hmm. But do you ever see the manifest?
Mm-mm.
No, you don't know like what comes and goes?
Crates, boxes.
Well, like their contents. Like, I guess what I'm trying to ask is the Home Office is trying to find out if there's a correlation between crates that are getting lost, like their contents. Like, oh, is it all bolts of cloth, or is it all tomatoes, or you know, that sort of thing? Is it just random, or is it specific things that are getting lost for some reason?
Don't know.
Hmm.
Harbor Master check manifest. Foreman said move box. Move box.
Oh, all right. You know, that that does make sense. Who who raised your foreman, by the way? I haven't met him yet.
He starts looking around the yard. Yeah. Can't no see from here.
Do you like him? Like, is he a good boss?
Yeah. Good enough.
Signs the paychecks. What more could you want from him?
No paycheck from guild.
Ah, aye.
I say in Penny's head, we might have to get more specific. You may need to ask about the marks.
Cypress, at this point, you're hearing from Droller 25 minutes.
Time's getting short. 25.
Penny in their head is gonna say, "Just let me fucking cook, Jesus." Out loud is gonna say, "Ugh, I should ask Cypress about the foreman." Oh, before break is over and I have to get back to that stupid grind. Um, I noticed inside while we were taking our tour, there were some marks on a few of the crates. Seemed like it was chalk or paint or something. Uh, is there like a special system that y'all use to denote where certain items are going? Like different harbors that we go to have different types of systems. So just want to kind of get all of my ducks in a row, find out who does what.
Yeah. Chalk on mini box. Chalk here, chalk there, chalk here. Points to the box that you're sitting on. Chalk there.
Hmm? How do you know which boxes to mark?
No mark box.
What do you mean by
I will.
that?
I say in your head, there was. Remember when we got here? There was someone at the at the dock specifically that was marking the boxes.
No, I don't remember that. Thank you, Davin.
The harbor master for this particular dock was marking the boxes, and when y'all got close and started asking questions, she dropped the chalk in the water. Y'all clocked it though.
Yeah.
I want to go fight that harbor master.
Could potentially do that.
Where's your the harbor master? Do you know? Does she usually take breaks with the rest of you, or does she have her own special office like the other stiffs and squares?
Office. She had big hats, keep out of sun.
Hmm. Do you know where her office is? Can you point me there?
Second building.
Second building. I'm gonna follow their gaze. Oh, alright.
So you can't see the second building from here because the warehouse is blocking it.
Alright. And in their head real quick, Penny's gonna go, any other questions that I need to ask while I'm here? I'm about to go to a secondary location.
Do you want to roll the dice and ask their thoughts on the Empire?
Yeah, sure, fuck it.
Wow.
Hey, so what else do you think about the Empire? We're all friends here, right? We can talk politics. You're not going to get in trouble for this conversation. We're all technically off the clock.
I need you to make a persuasion check.
I can do that. I'm good at that. 12 total?
Beats my 11.
Hell yeah! Brr, 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 brr.
Fuck Empire.
Oh, fuck yeah. Fuck the Empire, right? Do you want to talk shite about the Empire real quick before I go and talk to the Harbor Master? Because I heard that little twink boss. Oh.
As they shush you, as a group of Empire guards makes their rounds.
Right, well, lads and lasses, I appreciate you sharing the sunshine with me. I'm gonna go and get back to work. Why don't you all take an additional 15? And I'll make sure that you're paid for it. Remember to stay hydrated and don't work too hard that you get burnt out, eh? And Penny's gonna stand up and put on their overcoat again.
Key to working this job. Don't work fast. Work constant.
And as long as you work safe, that's all that matters.
Always pass OSHA inspection.
Always follow the rules, and when climbing up ladders, continue to maintain a 3-point of contact rule.
Whenever OSHA here, 3-point contact.
No, always 3-point contact. And then Penny's gonna
right.
wink.
Right. Always 3-point contact.
Always. And remember, always clock out for your lunches so that you do not commit wage theft.
Oh God.
And then Penny's going to wink again, smile, and then walk away and head towards the harbor master.
So, Norm, as you're following this dirt road back to the city, you've already reached the city limits. It's taken you about 15 minutes to get there. And in that time, you realize this dirt road does not lead up to the city gates. It leads to this small winding path that takes you down into a back section of the slums. You've been in these slums recently. It was an apartment not far from here that y'all
Right.
negotiated with Arbar.
Yeah, just start walking through the slums.
So, it gives you at least an idea of where this exit comes in and out of. But yeah, you know that from here, straight down this main thoroughfare, main thoroughfare, through the slums would actually lead you straight to the docks. Um, Cypress, is there anything that you guys have been sharing that I need to know?
Uh, Droller, I'm going to be honest. I'm really tempted to say, no, you're fine. But all of this information, and then I will loop Drollor in on the recent happenings, the decision, the direction, as well as Penny's new uh, direction to move into.
If I had had information sooner, I could have been reducing the number of possibilities.
Oh, well, I can only kind of link just myself and two other people right now, but I will work on getting more of us bridged in hopefully soon, and then we
If
can
you
make that
can't
more
bridge
efficient.
us, can you at least just like repeat what they're saying to me?
Oh, yeah, I could have done that. I'm so sorry. You're right. I will be better about that in the future. You're right, Drolor. I'm sorry.
The more information we have, we know that Spearhead's material, suspected rebellion, uh, since the harbor master is actually supplying the rebellion, and these people are stealing from him, then we can suppose it is a smaller rebellion. I mean, it's not an absolute, but it certainly follows the path.
Yes. Yeah. I think the likelihood of us bringing them in and kind of joining forces is pretty good. But I think we're gonna
Is it?
probably have to wait and see. Huh?
Is it?
Yeah, probably. Why? Do you think it's not?
Remember, the harbor master made mention that they were also stealing religious iconography,
Uh huh.
and since we know that there is a capital R rebellion,
Uh huh.
if they wanted to be part of it, they could be. They
Yeah.
could have already been.
So what you're implying is that they're a little R rebellion with a big T transgressor is kind of that direction that you're maybe thinking that they're going in. Come on.
I'm not certain this has anything to do with the transgressor. That I have no evidence for or against it. But the evidence before me would suggest that this is a smaller rebellion and that it doesn't appear they have any desire to join the larger rebellion.
Yeah, not yet until we tell them how good it is. Because really, like, if they're a
It's a
smaller rebellion,
possibility.
that's great. But I believe that there's a decent probability that we can win them over by showing them that by putting aside whatever differences they have with the big R rebellion, that seems to be more tenable than going with the big I Imperial. Um, and either way, this does seem to be a bit of one of the pick a side situations where a smaller, more local rebellion is probably not going to be as effective or as likely to bring about the positive change that they're probably a jonesing for. But like you said, we'll see. It's not a guarantee, but it's at least something that I think we should probably try and build our
I'm
interconnected network of that.
I am not saying not to try. Just making sure that we have the facts together to make the most logical assumptions.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah,
The question
absolutely.
then becomes for their motivations.
Mhm.
And then could the big R properly govern the small r? Since the small r appears to all be lowlanders, from the information we have, there's a few things I still don't know.
Mhm.
So I can't say anything with any certainty.
Right. Yeah.
How willing is the small r to be governed by the big R?
I don't know.
If they have created their own small r,
Mhm.
how willing are they to be governed?
Yeah. Could also be that they, didn't know how to get in contact with Big R.
Fair point.
So, yeah. I think there are a lot of possible outcomes attached here. And yeah, I think we're just going to kind of have to boldly go
We need
forward,
we need
see what
more
happens.
intelligence to make the next logical conclusion.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
I would really like to stretch, but I can't move.
Oh, yeah. Uh, okay. How are you going to get down? Is I guess my next question.
The same way I got up.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Wait, can you take me with you? Ooh. I'm gonna lean over the edge of the building. How tall is this building?
We were at the limit of the spell's reach at 30 feet to get on top of it.
Okay. Um. How close are the other buildings to this one?
The building to behind you,
Mhm.
it's the way you're facing right now as you look back towards Trollor.
Mhm.
It's about a 10-foot drop to that building,
Okay.
and then you might be able to find a way off that building
Uh-huh.
easier.
Okay.
But yeah, off this warehouse, it is just a straight 30-foot drop.
Got you. Okay. Um. And there's no obvious roof access point up here, right? Okay. Yeah. 10, so then that back one would be about a 20-foot something. Okay. All right, Droller. Let's I guess let's head on down if you're ready.
So, are you coming down with me?
Yeah, I'll go over and I'll like put my hands around his fingers, kind of like I did when I stole his ring back in the day. I'm just gonna grab his fingers, be like, okay. I'm
So,
gonna close
I'm
my
gonna
eyes, be
count.
like, all right.
So, breathe in, breathe out. As you start to breathe out,
Mhm.
you're back on the ground.
Ugh. Okay.
Since you're breathing out,
Mhm.
you feel no tummy problems.
Oh, good, wonderful. Yeah.
It's that holding your breath thing
Hmm.
while you physically shift through space.
Yeah. Gross. Okay, I
I
think
learned the hard way too.
I'm gonna remember this, Drolor. And then Cypher's gonna shakily walk a little bit and then tap in. Go, Penny, we're heading towards you. We'll be back. You're back up.
We're at 20 minutes, by the way.
Thank you.
Oh, cool. I'm fully contemplating murder at this point, so I would say the more the merrier.
Oh, cool. Let's can we shift to like a negotiative stance first, just to just to make sure that murder is the only option?
Oh, sure. Do we want to play ye old good night, bad night scenario?
Yeah, I think we'd be all good for some good night, bad night. That seems
Oh, perfect.
that seems like a good. Yeah.
By the way, not sure if you heard, but the lads and lasses back there are fuck the Empire types.
Oh, yeah, I heard. I think yeah,
Okay.
I think
Cool,
that's
cool, cool.
what's that's what's giving me confidence that maybe this doesn't have to be a full, salt the earth situation. But yeah, let me clue in Droller, and I'll tell Droller of like, hey, Penny's contemplating murder, so we're gonna go back them up if that works with you.
Do I need to grab somebody by their head and cast catapult?
I mean,
Holy shit, Drollor.
now you do.
Holy shit. Cypress, can you tell him that I said holy shit?
Penny says they would very much like to see that, please, in the most respectful
No,
language
say
possible.
what I said.
Oh,
Don't fucking
sorry.
put words in my mouth.
Got it. Okay. Penny's been out in the sun a little bit too long, and the brogue
Just a wee
is
bit.
just swinging strong. Droller, Penny says, holy shite, if I'm
There you go.
pronouncing that properly.
Yep.
Shite, they
Mhm.
say.
Well,
Davin, do you want to come and do you want to come and possibly kill a harbor master real quick?
do we want to keep an eye on these guys? Or are we good with that? Because
Nah, I
I'm
think
sort
we're
of,
probably fine.
Nah, they're fine.
Yeah.
okay, then
They
I
seem
guess
okay.
I will make my way to you all.
If not, we
Oh,
know
there
where
you
they
are.
work, but I think we're gonna
Cool.
be okay.
There you are.
So the
And here
four
we
of
are.
you are reunited.
Yay.
Penny, Davin, Cypress, Droller. As you go investigate the harbor master, Norm, you are quickly making your way up. Um, you along your way, you see several people doing their jobs, and you see a few people carrying some boxes and stuff like that. Uh, one rather large crate is on a hand cart. Someone else has a small crate in a wheelbarrow. Um, uh, yeah, it looks like they're not running.
I'm heading towards the direction that they're coming from. I'm also heading towards what I would assume is the harbor master.
Okay. So, as you guys are headed towards the harbor master, she's in the office building right next to the warehouse. As you get in there, you see both the foreman and her. And I can't find her name in my goddamn notes.
Is that Fonway?
Fonway, that's the one.
Then I messed up because I thought Fonway was one of the
I thought that was a slang term.
four.
No.
Bodong is a slang.
That part.
I get it.
I wrote that down.
So you all go inside. There they are. Um, the foreman looks kind of expectantly at you, Cypress.
Hi.
You need to
They
remember. I say in your head, remember, you're the authority.
Yeah, right.
Any good news?
In what kind of good news are you hoping to hear?
Nice, nice. She'll never suspect a thing. She'll never suspect that we're frauds this way.
That we're finding some of our missing inventory?
Yeah. So, yes and no. Who all is in this room?
The four of us, Harbor
Three of you,
Master.
Troll Lord can't fit inside the door.
Oh,
Cool.
fuck.
Yeah, Droller cannot fit inside the door if he turns sideways.
Ugh. Wow. So three of us, the Harbor Master, and the foreman.
Okay. And then is this on the like ground floor or is this up some stairs?
Ground floor.
Ground floor. Okay.
There is stairs. The stairs do lead up, and you can see that up there it looks like it is either it's like the logistics, but it looks like it's like a tiny library
Got it.
between books and scrolls and
Yes. Okay, thank you. So, Cypress will like massage forehead a little bit and then move over to like the banister at the bottom of one of those stairs and like lean against it and so some good news, some bad news, right? There is evidence that your shipments are most assuredly being relocated, shall we call it, by people who are attached to the dock work in general.
I'm keeping an eye on the Harbor Master.
roll insight.
Can't hear me. Fuck. 18. You can't hear me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. The problem that we're running into is we have, well, some questions as to the how and the why. And we wanted to, before we start giving the game away, as it were, to your lovely workers who work out there. We didn't want to falsely accuse anyone, didn't want to get anything kind of convoluted or come off as we were making assumptions, right? So one of the questions is your shipments. You seem to get them from all over the known lands. Is that correct? Do you really only deal with like certain locations, or are you just kind of the main port, as it were?
We're the sixth largest port in the world.
Right. Of course. So things from everywhere. Do you happen to have full manifests and full documentation on not only what comes in, but where those are next to be sent?
I would assume the Harbor Master has those.
With your perception, Devin, she's calm, but you see that she's breathing faster.
Hmm.
She has a very practiced straight face.
Over Tedder, I will indicate the Harbor Master is giving a good face, but I think they're a little worried / concerned.
Cypress is going
Keep talking.
to like nod a bit more. It's a like if Cypress knew who Poirot was, it would be a I'm going to be Poirot for a moment. and it's just not that good. So my question to you two here, if you have all of this information and you know what comes in and what goes out and where it's supposed to, and you presumably get information back from where you're supposed to send things about what went missing, that can't reflect well on the sixth largest port in the world. And it makes me question exactly exactly why you need outside help to solve this matter.
Uh, this is the sixth largest port in the world. We have a limited number of people and vast number of supplies and shipments. I do my absolute best to check everything. If I am failing in some way, my sincere apologies to the guild. How may I correct this?
Right. Um, that's the foreman speaking. Yes?
No,
No,
that's the harbor master.
That's the harbor master. Okay. Has the foreman said anything or indicated anything?
Well, when it came talk about the actual shipments, not just the workers,
Mhm.
the harbor master took over that part of the conversation.
Got it. Okay, I'm gonna yeah, might as well. I'm a spellcaster, why not? I'm gonna cast Detect Thoughts. And I'm going to direct it at the harbor master first.
Well, first, when you cast Detect Thoughts, you get the presence of a living mind.
Okay.
So automatically, yes, there are two people in front of you.
Can I pause for one quick second as well?
Absolutely.
I'm so sorry. I'm also going to, because I'm a butt and I demand to use as many class features as possible. I'm also going to use a thing. What's that thing called? A psychic point with Mind Whisper, so I can cast the apothecary spell, which does not deal damage, without verbal or somatic components. It's basically
Okay.
subtle cast.
Okay.
Boop. Sorry, I just wanted to throw that in there. Anyway, so two living minds in front of me.
And now you can listen to surface thoughts. Immediately, the foreman is thinking, have any of my guys been stealing? Um, like, if there was an open crate and missing items, then I would suspect somebody. But who steals entire crates?
Hmm.
How does that happen? Um, from the harbor master, the surface thoughts are things go missing all the time. It is a shame when they do. If you would like to peer deeper, then I will need you to offer me a saving throw.
Yeah, nope, not
But
yet.
before I do that,
Mhm.
I need 2 minutes for a bio break. I will be right back. I'll go ahead and throw up the video.
Works for me.
I am back.
Fucking Galia fan.
Lord.
Yeah, so
So, what did you intend to do with your spell?
So, it is concentration for a minuto. Yes. My goal with this spell is mainly to aid me as it lasts, or as I concentrate on it, as I go through my uh, evidence-based interrogation. I want to use this initially to focus on them as individuals to see if there is the panic of complicity, specifically from the foreman, or if this is primarily from the harbor master side of things. So it just as a way for me to gain more information for the direction that I want to go in, with me throwing blame around.
With what you've heard so far, would you like to go ahead and roll insight?
I would love to, actually. Oh,
And
no, a 22.
This also includes Penny and Davin, who are psychically linked,
Mhm.
who can also hear thoughts right now.
So insight as well.
Correct.
16.
Nat 1. Penny had too much sun.
Total is 8, though. Uh, Penny and Davin, as you're sitting here hearing her, that is, things go missing. It is a shame. It's reasonable.
Hmm.
She's already verbally said that she's doing the best she can. I mean, she's the only one out here doing that particular detail. They don't have anybody with her to double check anything. And with so many ships, it can get very difficult.
Mhm.
Maybe they just need more staff.
Hmm.
Cypress, something specific that the foreman says. When the idea of something being stolen, his immediate thought was never to shift the blame from himself. He's like, are any of my guys stealing? The thought of it ever being something he did, to now he's wondering, like, the idea that he is hurt by the idea that his workers are doing something illegitimate. You have no doubt about the foreman at all. He's clean.
Excellent. Okay. In that case, Cypher shall continue. I'm going to redirect my attention, I guess, or my explanation to the foreman, and say it's always a shame when you trust those that work with you and for you, and I understand how devastating it can be to find out that those that you've devoted your time to helping have decided to help themselves more than they're willing to help you in return. And I know that is frightening to hear. However, there are reasons, there are explanations, and everyone always should be given the opportunity to come clean and explain what they're doing and why. Harbor Master, why are you stealing from your very own dock?
Oh
Penny's
shit!
gonna say, J'accuse!
I immediately train eyes on the harbor master to see if his immediate words how she reacts to that.
First thing is because you're speaking to the foreman, his eyes are at you. At the end of your sentence, there's a full pause before he looks at her. And you can see the look of confusion on his face. The lack of confusion on her face says it all.
Oh, damn, I wish Norm was here to see all this juicy goss.
He's outside.
Oh, he's outside. Norm! Get in here! Norm, you'd
See through
fucking
the
love
window.
this!
Uh,
Harbor Master. Like I said, everyone deserves a chance to explain why. And I know for me personally, I am an understanding person. And I am happy to hear out why you've been doing this and why you have involved other dock workers in doing your dirty work. And if you have a reasonable explanation, if you have a anything that can help us understand why and what is going on, I know that we can work with you to make sure that everything is set right, so there doesn't have to be as damning a result from this as what you might be expecting. Hi, Phoebe. Excuse me. Come here.
4 years.
There's a cat in the way.
4 years. Same position. No raise. More work. More work all the time. No more money. No advancement in guild. I take my own.
Yeah, Foreman, I hate to say it, but they've got a point there. Like, that's not a good work environment. And I'm not saying I condone this level of internal sabotage. But like, you should probably look at what's going on inside your house before you after we get through all this.
Foreman looks at her and looks back at you guys. Then back to her. You say 4 years? It was 1 year, and then the Empire. You want to blame someone? Blame the Empire. They're trying to control every damn thing around here.
That's a good point too. Placing blame where it's due that's important. So like, we should probably circle back. I'm just
Now,
gonna.
if we wanted to fix this, why didn't you write a letter to the Imperial Governor to sit here and see if perhaps more funds could be allocated? Would they say no? Most likely. You stole from the guild. And every time you stole from the guild, you made sure that no one else had a chance to get a raise.
Oh. I'm
which
going
means
to
you
move.
kept every single man and woman out here that is working. You took any chance that they could have a better life for your own greed. That's why we have the guild, to look after us, to make sure that where we're working is safe and that we are compensated fairly for our efforts.
What are their what's the? I know we've been. Are you focusing? Can you, Cypress? Can you focus on the foreman? Because I'm a little. I'm saying this over to
Yeah.
Heather because I need to know where he's going with this because I feel, yeah, like I want to know what his thoughts are in this moment.
Yeah.
Very, very quickly, his surface thoughts match up with his mental thoughts. His surface thoughts match up with his verbal thoughts, and he's a company man, and in his years, many years working here, the guild gets paid its normal union dues, and they have always taken care of the workers, um, because everybody who is an executive or administrator, um, in the guild itself all came from the docks. It's all been internal growth.
Mm.
Does the guild make money? You're damn straight. But they don't do it at the expense of their employees.
So, um, I will kind of say I know since you've essentially pled guilty to this. Um, I know we're going to need the manifest, the actual manifest. And where are you sending this to? Who are you helping?
Myself.
No. Um, you're doing this for a reason. Who hired you?
I start family business. I take crate here, I sell it.
Insight. I don't believe her.
Nah, I believe her.
12. So,
12.
yeah.
While she is misleading you right now,
Hmm.
something about family business
Hmm.
rings true.
Who's your family? Blood or chosen?
Me, my sons, my daughters. They don't work for company. I stole from company. I take blame.
So, you're willing to take the fall for all of this.
I did it. My fault.
Hmm.
Cypress, this is a very good time for you to read the second half of your spell.
Yeah. No, that's what I was just
Ooh.
thinking about. Yeah. Let me ping it. What do I got?
Are
What's
you
the
gonna
DC?
delve?
My DC's like super low. I think it's a 14 right now.
Yeah, that's what it says here. Spell save DC.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On
Is it
technology.
a wisdom saving throw?
Yeah.
As you probe deeper, she is 100% willing to take the blame
Hmm.
to protect the rest of the family and their rebellion.
Hmm.
Not her sons and daughters, or at least not just her sons and daughters. Her mother, her brothers, her cousins, all of their friends, and everyone else who lives in a no-name village.
Yeah. Cypress is going to massage the forehead. Okay. Fun way. Who are you fighting? Is it the Empire? Because if it's the Empire, we can help.
No one fight the Empire.
Woman.
Not enough people fight Empire.
But see, there's the thing, right? Is that there are people resisting. I'm trying to help you. We're trying to help you, okay? Sure, we could have come in here and it just immediately like clapped you in irons, taken you down, let the guild have its way with you, and that would have been bad because then you would have been dead or broken or it. We just don't want that, right? We have bigger targets here. We have a larger theater for this to be a thing, right? And if you've got this cunning, this guile, this drive, and this everything to start and maintain your own rebellion against those who are oppressing others, absolutely we want you to be on our side because we also don't want to deal with the oppressors. I mean, we want to deal with them, but we don't want to like we're not willing to live under their heel. We were there on the night of the fair. We saw what happened. It changed our lives. We devoted ourselves after the fact to making sure that we can protect those who could not protect themselves. And we all do it for different reasons, and we all have different emphasis and different skills that we bring to this table. This is what we are all about. And if you can trust us and if you can join with us against them, we can help each other achieve a larger goal of finally having our freedom back.
What? 5 of you.
Well, like right now, yeah, but like beyond that, there's a
There's more.
significant larger
I mean,
number.
there's more of us.
We have connections across the entire world, in every port, in every city. We have connections here in Midport. We have the ability to do this.
Smaller things are less easily detected. That's why we work in a smaller group.
Mhm. Just like you with your unnamed village. You understand the need for secrecy. You understand the need for striking when you can. But it does the empire will find you eventually. They will crush you eventually, and only by all of us standing together, working together, sharing resources, sharing our abilities, can we ever hope to succeed against this daunting threat.
All of who?
That we can't say.
Starlight Dynasty?
Do we know what that is?
The House of Caleb.
Mm.
The House of Kalen was called the Starlight Dynasty, which went from the capital of Idris through Fenley and all of the surrounding territories. Once included Midport as well.
Hmm.
It should have, except that it fell.
Fun way. It's not going to be easy. That's why we need help. That's why we need all of these resources. If you're able to steal from under the nose of the 6th largest port in the world for this long, you had to know that you were going to get caught eventually. You had to know that this wasn't sustainable long term, right? And yet you did it anyway. We need that drive. We need that commitment. We need to work together. And if you don't want to work together, fine. You know what? We will find another way. But you will be dooming everyone that you love and care for because you cannot accept that you need help the same way that we also need help from you.
Survivors of Dynasty, turn on us. Renounce gods. Give in. Bow to them. We do not forsake our gods.
So, what's more important to you then? Bearing this old grudge because of others mishandling situations, or finding an actionable solution to solve your problems? Not only for you, not only for those you love right now, but for their children and their children's children and the future generations. Establishing a legacy of victory, or crying about it right now, getting caught, trying to protect them, failing, and ultimately dooming them to
And yourself.
and yourself to also being wiped off the face of this planet.
What's your choice?
So, out of character,
Hmm?
I had a list of things that, if they were mentioned, they'd be auto successes
Mhm.
in this conversation. You have hit all three.
Fuck yeah. And now we fight. No, I don't. I don't. I may have Eldritch Blast, but I'm not a warlock, so I'm not just gonna spam it. But yeah! Woo! Can I know what they were? I want to know what they were.
By mentioning generations and stuff like that and family. One of the keys for her was her mentioning family.
Hmm.
Um, the idea that they could be larger and have a chance to truly fight.
Oh, cool. Interesting. All right.
And the first one you hit in like the first two sentences when you broke it down. But it was like there was like little things. It was like yes, 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 and you hit those major points. So this, which is why at no point did I have you rolling persuasion checks.
I was ready for it. I don't know why everybody lets me talk. I have a negative charisma score. Yeah.
But that's the thing is I as a DM adjust the DCs based on the argument made.
Hmm.
If you I do it for everything else too. If you tell me how you're climbing, what precautions you're taking, I'll adjust an athletics check. So I do all of this throughout for all of my DCs. You hit the three major topics for her, so this is an auto victory in dealing with her.
Awesome. Cool. Wonderful. Yay.
back to character. I don't make decision for whole family. You have to convince mother.
Sure. Mothers love me. Sounds great. And I'll put my hand out.
As she's reaching for your hand, a foreman. Wait. So you're not from the guild?
The what now?
Oh, shite.
Hey, Foreman. Sorry for the deception, but um, we had taken a job, and we needed to find a way in. Yeah, Cypress.
Cyber will be like, I'm so sorry. I forgot I lied to you. Yeah, no. Yeah, absolutely not. I'm not with the guild
I
at all.
mean, you
No.
could say we're from a guild.
Yeah. But yeah, no, not your guild. No. We want to help though. I think that like this extends over to you as long as you're not,
And I
licking them
think,
imperial boots. But like, nah, man, like absolutely not. I'm so sorry.
yeah,
We did come from that one guy though. What's his name? The guy, the harbor master dude. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I wrote down his name so that I would not forget it.
Yeah.
Alistair Seaworth.
Alistair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What,
like that
he
part.
sent you?
I mean,
In a way,
he pointed us in a direction.
drunkenly.
Okay, well, if you're working for Alistair, then you are freelancing for the guild.
Oh, okay. Well, in that case, then
There
yes,
we
it
go.
was just a white lie. Yes,
Sure.
100%.
we're
Yeah,
from-
absolutely.
we're
But
from-
again,
Yeah.
this all extends to you too. Like,
Guild adjacent.
absolutely, please feel free to just join us in throwing off the yoke of oppression and having a good time while we do it.
and we'll get you better break room snacks.
Yeah,
Like this good berry, and I'll give him a good berry.
every episode.
I am contractually obligated to produce at least a good berry per session.
Oh,
So, how many people were stealing? He's not even looking, he's like facing her, but he's looking down. How many? You know of 4?
I don't know.
I hate the Empire, but I've been with the guild for more than 15 years. This
I
guild
understand.
paid for my home. This guild has fed my family.
Davin pulls a ring out of his finger. God bless it. La a ring out of his pocket. It's a merchant guild ring. It is a oh gosh. I was gonna say tinkerers, but that's not what I mean. Forge Guild is a different guild, but it's similar. I understand as a guildsman myself. But this particular instance and this particular situation is going beyond that. I can understand loyalty and I respect that loyalty. And if you want to let some people, go. Like we can respect that. I know she's been caught. She knows it's she's not going to do it again. She's not going to be able to. You're going to keep more eyes on her than you ever did before. But the main goal here is to um, help this larger resistance move forward, and every little bit helps.
I am no fan of the Empire, but I still get by. My family still eats. We have a roof over our heads. If I'm supposed to oppose them, regardless of how many people are behind you, what happens when they find me out? What happens to my family? I can't be a part of it.
Can't be a part of
Fonway,
what?
you're fired.
Yeah.
And if I can't trust you and your family, so is every lowlander.
Maybe not that
Now,
hard.
hold on. That's not legal termination because that's discrimination. I can still
I
walk the walk.
just I can I
Every lowlander that is employed at this dock is all from the same village.
Yeah, but that don't mean that they're all the same. That's once again discrimination.
I think so. Foreman, I don't know your name. I don't.
Douglas.
Douglas, nice to meet you. Davin Wilstare out of Idris. I don't think, if I understand that they're all from the same village, but I don't think that, oh gosh, this is going to be hard. I don't think that they are working with Fonway. She indicated that she's been doing this all on her own.
Really? All on her own?
That's what she
Then
says.
Cypress signaled that he saw at least 4 more.
I was just holding up a number of fingers. I cannot stress this to you enough, Douglas. I do not know what numbers are or how to count.
He doesn't actually.
He really doesn't.
Yeah, no, absolutely not.
Our evidence only points to her.
Yeah.
That's why we came here.
And
really,
I doubt she can carry how many crates a day out of here.
There may have been accomplices, but they were unwilling and simply following benign orders. They did not know what they were doing, and they were just trying to be
I
good.
can fire them for incompetence, or I can turn them into the guild and have them arrested.
Who?
Or you could not.
But is it incompetence if they were actually doing their job?
I understand what you're trying to say here, but you don't know if they were the ones that are actually helping her. You're making a rash accusation.
I am. But I can't prove that they're not. And the guild needs this to stop.
And it will. You've fired the higher up. It's not going to happen again, right,
I can't make that promise.
Okay, well, we're just kind of
Well,
fucking ourselves over.
then, I mean, I guess that's what it is. So, uh, it is what it is.
Indeed.
I kind of like,
I
thanks,
Norm,
Fawn.
what do
That's
you
really
think?
awesome.
I am not. I am no longer employed. I make no decision for company.
Well, I mean, uh, uh, Norm, what do you think? You've heard enough of this conversation, right? What's your opinion?
I was waiting outside, but do I have my understanding that this guy's being a racist?
Yeah, that's my general vibe.
He's not an intentional racist,
What do you see it?
but he is certainly acting it at the moment, given the evidence around him. If it was Highlanders, if it was Midlanders, he would fire all of them too. Right now, he only knows of the Lowlanders. If it was a group of giants stealing, he'd fire all of them if he believed that they were all in cahoots.
I mean, you could just close down the entire company and then just, not be an arsehole. But I guess that's just my opinion.
Yeah. I don't think, I hate to say it, unfortunately, this is what he's going to do. So,
Murder.
it's
Well, then,
better that he lets them
if I'm
go.
going to let someone stay, then Fonway has to point out the ones that did it. She has to finger them.
And given that she has no incentive to do so, other than
You know a 4? That is the number you know? I pick 4. Done.
okay,
Go ahead.
all right, cool.
The mental link is still up, right?
Yeah,
Okay, so she's gonna pick the 4, and then we're immediately gonna go take those names to Alistair and be like, "Hey, yo, they had nothing to do with it. They're clean," right?
that part.
Well,
He's listing them as fired for incompetence, unsatisfactory performance.
But
Yep.
can we list him as racist?
yes. First off, yes. But second off, the main thing, right, is firing every single Lowlander puts a massive target on this location's back and is very clearly enough of an attention getter that it would then presumably lead someone on the Imperial side to go, I wonder what's going on over here, right? Presumably. However, a single person and 4 incompetent people getting fired for legitimate reasons is less openly targetable, I think, from the bigger scheme of things, right? If we are able to then divert those 5 individuals and bring them into the fold, make sure that everything works out well with Mother, and that way we can get that, a going and stuff. Great. And then on the way out of town, we stop by Alistair's and we tell them that this guy Douglas is kind of an asshole. Understandably an asshole, but still needs corrective action to make sure he gets away from the racist asshole zone.
Hey.
So, Fonway lists 4 people. Penny, those names are awfully familiar.
Oh no! Those are my friends!
I was waiting for you to actually say the formal greeting to her.
Yeah, well, I'm stupid, so keep waiting. Sorry. Can I instead say in the native tongue, fuck, as she's listing off these names?
You can indeed.
I would like to do that.
You 5 are fired. 2 weeks severance.
Oh, that's nice.
Won't list down, but you don't work here anymore. And your guild membership is going to be revoked. Thank you. You have what you need for Alistair.
Yeah, I think so.
Then I guess we would need the manifest, and then that's all we would need.
Alistair will have time to check everything. And now I have 4 pink slips to write up. So 5. If you would all leave me to my work.
Yeah, sure. And I'm gonna take the good berry back from him and leave.
He never actually took it from you.
Well, I flip him off anyway, and I leave the office.
As you guys step outside, he steps outside the door, blows the whistle for the end of lunch. As you see people getting up and getting back to work, you see Fonway walking across, grabbing the one guy that was still left, as the other 3 have already made off, each taking another crate with them. Douglas goes back to the office and starts doing paperwork.
I want to go find the people that were named and are now getting fired.
There's Fonway and Schwan are the only 2 left.
What happened to the other ones? Did they just, like, go back to work?
No,
Oh.
they stole crates on their way out because
Hell yeah,
no
good
one
for
was
them.
looking.
I want to go up to those 2 then. And I'm going to be smart this time and do the formal greeting. I'm going to say...
As Fonway looks at you and laughs.
I know, I'm saying something fucked up because I'm trusting you all.
You say, "You lying bitch."
I mean... Okay, hold on one second, and then I will go back to Douglas, and I want to give him the formal greeting, and then I want to go back to them.
No. You just walked into Douglas's office and said, "I'm a lying bitch."
Oh, I'm the lying bitch. Douglas, go fuck yourself. Final thoughts on the matter.
Have a nice day.
Oh, fuck you. Go back to them. Keep fighting the good fight. You will always have friends. And don't clock out for your lunches. Steal from the company whenever possible.
I think that ship sailed.
There's going to be other companies.
Not with Douglas's letter.
Well,
We will have no guild work.
don't count your chickens before. Don't count your axe beaks before they hatch. And for your troubles. And I'm going to give each of them like 3 good berries.
Thank you. As they're looking at these.
You might want to tell them what they
Nope. Just gonna let them figure it out for themselves. Oh, I'm gonna. They're called good berries. They make you full for the day. They let you skip a meal essentially. Good in stews, good by themselves. Good berries.
As you hear Schwan. Doesn't Grandma make that? I haven't had them since I was little girl. And all of a sudden, the Chinese became Russian at there.
That's the fun part about accents.
You know, certain parts of the language, certain syllables, just you don't practice enough. But with the events of the day, really, in the past hour, you have sussed out whom is responsible for stealing these crates and what's going to happen next. We'll soon need to find out who Mother is and see if she can be convinced to join the larger rebellion. But it is 2 a.m. on the East Coast. That is all the time we have for today. Everybody, I guess one by one, but tell us who you are and where you can be found on the interwebs.
I'll start because I need to head out.
Yeah.
Hey everybody, it's Damon. You can find me as DMA Gamer 79 on TikTok or the Twitter /X, whatever you want to call it. I'm also in another game here on the Vibe Tribe called The Golden Feathers of Tea and Tang. You can catch me there or catch any of the other wonderful shows that we do here on the Vibe Tribe.
Good night, Damon.
Bye, David. Bye.
I'm gonna go. Hi, I'm Connor. I've been playing Cypress, the Herringon apothecary, or alienist apothecary, who does fun mental stuff. So, you can find me also more on Vibe Tribe stuff all over the place. I'm in between the pros with our remaining homies over here every other Sunday, and then I'm also in the once a month El Juego game, which the next game is Sunday, June 23rd is our next game, so please come and check that out. Subscribe to all the Vibe Tribe stuff and watch all the stuff. I was in season 2 stuff too. Figure it out which ones I was in. Put it in the comments below this stream and the next stream. And yeah, thanks.
Alrighty.
Hi, I'm Finn. catch me every other Sunday, DMing Between the Pros. I've been playing Penny, who's a summoner. I make good berries. That's all I got.
And Dan, I play Norm Allman, guy that was ready to throw a wyvern poison knife into somebody, but he was like, you know what? I guess I'll just let this play out. And now that poison's probably no good anymore. And so, but yeah, you can also catch me on Between the Pros as well.
I am Dungeon Mistress Erica. You can also find me on Between the Pros, where I play Quill, the half-elf lore bard who's not horny. He's, in fact, an asshole. A semi-brilliant asshole, but he's an asshole. Other than that, you could find me on the stream with Hale_Munin on Twitch, where I run a Witcher 5e game. And they are level 14. And they are always in threat of dying. But it's just a pack of drowners. Don't fuck up, you will die.
That's where I died in the actual game of Witcher 3.
It's happened to more than one of us, so. Other than that, every other Monday here for Gaea Chronicles, every other Sunday for Between the Pros, every other Tuesday for the Golden Feathers of Tian Tang, Sunday once a month for El Juego. Also, don't forget Biconic's Wrestling podcast. I know we have. What is the title of Shiro's game? It plays on Wednesday.
It
Unveiled?
sure does.
Unveiled.
Yes.
I win.
Do we have a Thursday product?
I don't think so, but also every other, same Mondays that we play Origins plays.
Gods of Orlea Origins comes on, ends just as we're coming on. So they sometimes manage to slide in here. Which is run by the amazing Halfling Wizard. He is one of our affiliates. So special thank you to all of our amazing streams and programs that are made possible through Vibe Tribe. Do check out our merch store. We have some awesome stuff. I think I have one here for one of these beautiful shirts. Awesome logo, cool designs. So please stop by there, pick up some merch, check out our shows. Thank you very much. We love you. And roll high.
Oh, Galir. Oh, Galir's waving. Oh.
These things.
I know you're not going to believe this, but I've just been kicked by a snake.
Dan,
God
Dan,
damn
and
it. Good night.
Thank you so much for tuning in to another Vibe Tribe production. What's gonna happen next time? Well, you're gonna have to tune in to find out. But until then, remember, take care of yourself, love one another, and as always, make sure that you keep the good times rolling. Thank you for being here, and we'll see you next time.